Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to another live trading session. It's Tuesday, July 7, and as you're already used to the fact that we are going live stream, we're going to frame the setups, we're going to frame the markets and see what we can trade. And also I'll explain the logic behind uh, what I will take, or depending what the market has to offer us. Yeah, I'm still a little bit coughing, so I'm sorry for that. I have to tell you by now. I'll try to mute in time uh, the volume, but I'm sorry if I'll not manage to do that in time. Okay. Well. What the market did, what the market left here. It wasn't easy. So Sunday indeed was an easy trade here. I managed to take a really nice short at the top, exactly here, right before the market dumping. My final TP was 60,800, yeah, here. But I did manage to take profits on the way, so I did manage to book about around 70% of the short position which I was in. I didn't manage to take any long because my main pivot level was here, the sweep of the equal lows in the 1 hour FEG. Then again, I tried to short around here with a wider stop loss. I was taken out, not a problem. Same setup I took on Ethereum, same setup I took on it. On Ethereum and on Hype. I was stopped out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Hype still goes in nice profits. I'll show you the setup right now. This is the one. I managed to take P1. Now seems like it was to give another tap of that area up to the market. So let's go back. Bitcoin. What I'm expecting. Sorry. So what I'm expecting now, it's actually a tap of my initial level here at 60,800. That's my main area where I'm expecting to get into some long positions. We do have an AMD right now. We have accumulation, manipulation, and now it's a distribution. It's a pretty violent one. So I'm expecting the price to go even lower from here. Now it depends a lot on where we might give another bearish retest, somewhere around 63,500, and then just continue lower. I'm not expecting to no, I'm not expecting to reverse all of a sudden now. But you saw yesterday the same stuff. I didn't expect this V-shaped bottom to occur, but it did happen. So it is what it is. But yesterday I didn't expect Trump to speak, so that put a lot of weight on how the price action developed. Because basically all the news, we had the Sailor and then the Trump speaking, Sailor selling, Trump speaking that everything is so good and crypto is the future. And there we go. But that it's quite irrelevant. I have to take my trades, take the stop loss, take the take profit, and live with the results. I did manage to take another entry last night around here at this M top. We have a little M top here. This is what I took with a stop loss above the M top wick. And now it's in good profits. I did manage to book some partials also. Alright, now let's zoom out and see the plans that I have for a higher time frame. So let's analyze the daily candle. Daily candle, indeed, That's a strong daily candle. And I did mention previously the fact that we are back inside this intermediate range, and I expect the next pivot to be 65,600 here. We have two equal lows left, and then we have a OT, like long reload zone, an area where I'll be looking for longs, an area where I'll be looking for shorts. Pretty simple. 1 second, I think I have a more extensive plan if you have some patience. There you go. There we go. So the plans are like this. Here is the first area where I was looking for shorts. We also have a high time frame trend line resistance coming from the top. Then the next area is again 50% retest and the 0.78.6 Fibonacci around here. That's another area where I'll short. And then basically I look for longs at the lows and target 67,000. So this is a 8-hour, 12 hours plan that I will trade. I'll have to adapt a little bit the golden pocket. So, you know, we were speaking last week the fact that everyone is insanely bullish and calls for bottoms, but on a daily basis, the only thing that we have that might pinpoint for a potential bottom is the reclaim of the value area low and the swing failure and reclaim of the main pivot low from February 2026. All right. There is no structure on the other side of the trend line. We didn't even manage to get on the other side of the trend line. We are correcting from a very impulsive wave. You can see 82,000 to 59,000. That was very fast. And this was basically impulsive wave. And this is a corrective wave. So technically, we are still in a range, and I'll treat the range accordingly. Yeah, I'll not try to outsmart the market. I'll not try to do anything else, and just trade my range, take my profits, and take my stop losses. As I saw yesterday, we have to play what market gives us. All right. Now let's go on Ethereum. Same stuff. I made a plan on Ethereum. So, yeah, everyone looks at that potential power of 3 on Ethereum, which is not there yet. Is not there yet because the power of 3 implies the reclaim. So, in the same manner that we took the AMD here on Bitcoin at the reclaim of the previous week high, the same stuff has to happen on Ethereum, meaning that if Ethereum wants indeed to outperform Bitcoin around here, it needs to have a displacement of this area like this. Let's say then retest the M top, and then you have the low risk buy area confirmed. Because if you try to do it before the market confirms this area, you can expect to actually be the top. Yeah. There is a good probability that you will wake up buying exactly the top. So my plan is to wait for a confirmation, wait for a reclaim, wait for the market to get up there, and then I will just beat the low risk buy area. Hope that everything is clear. Okay. So let's go back on Ethereum now. Not this one. Not this one. Come on, not this one. Holy moly. I think I have too many charts and I need to trim from them. Damn it. I think we need to make it from the scratch. Where is my chart? Yeah, never mind. So what I actually wanted to highlight was the fact that I really don't care like the higher picture on the weekly time frame, because I'm not going to sit on my hands and just watch how Ethereum unfolds the structure. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to play the setups. All right. So the point is that we managed to play absolutely perfect here at the lows. If you remember, we managed to take this long. We took the profits here. We managed to take this short here. And now I'm playing exactly the same thing. As I told you, the swing failure of this pivot low, pivot high, sorry. There you go. I'm sorry, guys, for coughing. And I'm in this trade right now on Ethereum. The first take profit from my side would come here around this area, 1702, around that pivot point. As for a lower time frame, indeed this was a great potential 3 drives play for who managed to take a short at the highs. For who didn't, there is a big time frame setup like this one, and it sits exactly at the entry. If you go with a 78.6, you'll see that the price is fighting that level. Hello, hello. Good something. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, guys. Hey, Catalin, Peter. All right, let's go on Hyperliquid, and then I want to highlight USDT dominance and so on. So my main plan on Hyperliquid is actually to try to short this area, which is a short reload zone. We had an inverse, well, not inverse, classic head and shoulder potential pattern here, which I wanted to short. I managed to get risk-free in time around here. And now I'm looking either for this breakdown or this one. Now, if the 1 4-hour setup fails, most likely it means that it wants to go for a potential 3 drive setup here. And I'll be looking for a short at the 77 at the highs. All right, that's my plan. And the TP will be made around 57.59 area. Let's go on total to highlight my plan. So I know a lot of people are maybe ignoring total, but actually it's the one who managed to put the top on Bitcoin and Ethereum, because as you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they did manage to break out from the March 2024 range highs previously. If you remember, they managed to break above that pivot high, but total actually respected it perfectly. And as you can see, we had a very impulsive move, same like in Bitcoin. And right now it's fighting the golden pocket and this key resistance area alongside the trend line resistance. So it has quite some resistance in this area. It's absolutely irrational to get bullish here, in my point of view. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, you'll say that, oh, yeah, but in 4 years we'll pump. Come on, please. Observe the time frames in which I'm trading, and abstain yourself from mentioning that in 1 month, in a monthly time frame, it will perform and stuff like that. I want to take trades today, tomorrow, and enjoy the profits. All right. Okay. Tao, I have two setups which I'm waiting for on Tao. I need a lower dump in the 202. Yeah, I'm a bit sick. It's from the cold water. Yeah, it's hot here, and I used to drink with ice, and that's what happened. That's what happened. On Tao, I'm waiting for a retest of 202 or 196 levels, depending on how aggressive the dump will be, but I'm not trying to chase here. I saw multiple people trying to bid a little bit higher. For the moment, my key level at 206 is holding for the moment. But I'm not trying to front run my own level, so I'll be waiting for it, and then I'll try to TP and short at 272. All right. Let's go on USDT dominance, because it's always a chart which you want to go and look at in confluence with Bitcoin. So now the point is that we indeed make lower lows and lower highs. We are actually inversing exactly the same structure that we see on Bitcoin. But we are trying to hold a ascending trend line support here, and that can send us towards 8.95, which is the M top resistance. Reject there, or even go for a third drive here at the highs, which I'm expecting on a higher time frame to happen. Now USDC dominance, it's clearly back inside the range, as we can observe here. We had a deviation of the lows back inside the range. We had a deviation of the highs back inside the range. So this one for the moment has to be treated like a range. I posted last night. I posted a short on ES 500 on S&P 500. Now I see it's coming back at the entry. I took this deviation here at this area, and the stop loss was at 58. There you go. I think it's on, yeah, there you go. This is the setup. I had it framed up on Pepperstone. I mean, at that moment in time, it reacted really nice. It made an M top. I had to take the trade. I even added a little bit to my position. But seems like it's bouncing once again. Nothing I can do. My main target is here at the lows, 7,420. If it goes back to my entry, I'll just let it be, meaning that I will not touch it. I'll either take my stop loss or my take profit. Now, Ethereum, new setups on a lower time frame. What I would take, if I see the price going back in the short reload zone in the OTE, maybe I'll start hunting shorts again. 0.61.8 around here. But The thing is that if the market really wants to dump from this area, will most likely not give a retest. That's what usually happens when we have an aggressive move to the downside. Um, I mean, yesterday was a total shit show. Ooh, we are dumping, he's selling, ooh, we are pumping, crypto is so back, and stuff like that. But hopefully today we can actually trade um, without any major interference coming in. I'll go on the chart request right now. As new trades, we are right in the middle, so I wouldn't touch absolutely anything for the moment because we are right in the middle of nowhere. There is no risk to reward right now that can favor putting risk on the table. So for me, it doesn't worth going with any setups with any setup for the moment. So I need to wait. I'll go and check Twitter if we have any chart request. Sorry if I was coughing and for the voice. I'll do my best to deliver what was promised to deliver on a daily basis. Well, I'm actually glad, honestly. I'm glad that people are not are not requesting again shitcoins left and right, like it used to be back in the 2024 2025. Everyone was requesting like 3 4 5 altcoin charts. In regarding altcoins, I did post it yesterday. It is to be treated like a range. So we have an intermediate bounce from 158 from the 78.6 level, potential daily W here, but that doesn't mean anything because up above we are met with resistance. Yeah, for real, it's a very good sign. It means that they need to go to zero first, and then maybe we can speak about them. The only nice altcoin which I see it's a shorting is shorting an altcoin. That's the only nice altcoin, a shortable one. Like you can see, for example, here. I mean, we took a short on Litecoin, then I attempted the really nice long here at the lows, and it did absolutely nothing. So the short gave me a 5R, and this one gave me a -1R. Look at Tao, for example. Look at how nicely we played everything. So I like my altcoins shorted. Yeah, big caps like Solana, Aave, Tao, I will try to long also. The long on Solana is going really nice. On this one I'm waiting. On Aave I bid at spot 65, was below 65. But honestly I'm done with the altcoins. I need to see real strength before I will touch them, before I'll put risk on them. So basically Ethereum has to dump right now around 1704 in my stupid opinion. And now the kids will come, well, if you know it will dump to 1704, why you don't short it here? And put my stop loss where? At the highs? And have a 1.1 restore reward? I think that area will be retested. Don't hurry up. That area will be retested. Wait below 60. It will give a entry again. Don't try to hurry up. It's bear market. Things are looking like shit. Things are looking really bad. And who tells you that they are looking good and we are bottoming? It's delusional in my opinion. Delulu. Um, let's go back to okay, let's go back to something like this. Even though I don't like to rant non-stop about it, but it is what it is. Markets rarely ever bottomed uh, by front running 61.8. Rarely ever. And now, 1 second. Yeah, I have to drink a tea. Well, I didn't manage to drink not coffee or tea, nothing, so I need to drink something hot to clear my throat. Um, so markets barely ever bottom without a golden pocket retracement. That has to be put on your wall. And when someone tells you that we bottomed, well, look left, please. Look left. Yeah. This is an impulsive movement. This is an impulsive movement. This is a corrective wave. You can see here, this was a corrective wave. It will dump back again with a very high probability. Something like this. Pretty simple stuff. One more thing. Never counter trade a high time frame FEG. So that's one of the main rules that I have. If you never want to counter trade the high time frame FEG, do we have any bullish fair value gap here? Did we have any bullish fair value gap here? No. The only bullish fair value gap came after the bottom was in. You can see here. So for me, it's pretty simple. Even if I'm not pinpointing, because I don't want to pinpoint anything, it will happen around here. But when I see structure on the other side of a trend line, and when I see the first bullish fair value gap on a weekly basis, that's when I know that okay, the bottom might be in, and let's bid. Yeah, that's exactly what I will take. After I finish the live, I'll go and take care of me a little bit. Yeah. Thank you very much, Phil. That's exactly what I'll take. So no, in my stupid opinion, in my too stupid sense, and they will remain stupid, like I am, we are far from a bottom. Maybe 3 months. Was July, August, September, October? Yeah, maybe about 3 months of consolidation and slow bleeding to the downside. All right, let's recap. I'm shorting ES 500. Yeah, and I still aim to short even if it goes back to my entry. I'm short on Bitcoin and nothing changes. We are at 0.5 equilibrium. This is a no touch area. I'm not touching Bitcoin here. I'm not short on Ethereum. As I took a stop loss and I didn't want to reshort it again. I was pretty tired, but it was basically the same setup like on Bitcoin. Hyperliquid, I'm still short. The risk to reward is damn good, as you can see. The short trades are having insanely good risk to reward, guys, because we're in a bear market. And if you saw that the win rate was really good and the shorts really delivered really nicely. While for a 3R like on Solana, you are waiting for days and days and months to... What the heck is this? Put the... Okay. As you can see here, I was waiting for more than 2 weeks on this one. Let's check ENA. And then honestly, I won't check anything else because I don't want to look at the shit coins. I just don't want. They are insanely disappointing, and I have a big bag of them. It used to be big, but it it diminished. Well, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. And you can see I have a long here. I'm expecting to get back in the range, but the issue with ENA is the fact that if you look at the trend line, we are still trading against resistance. So I think this is short-lived. That can bounce, and actually ENA will go way lower. But it's just me. This trade is risk-free. I managed to take some partials here at the bounce. What is short-lived, and I think it will just dump further on. It's not the time to be a hero on the shitcoins on the shitcoin side. Understand that, please. Ethereum even looks like a distribution wipe-off here, so it looks pretty bad. I mean, 1704, it's a good take profit, but I think it goes way lower. At least the retest of the fair value gap here. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let me check if we have any other chart request. Well, thank you for subscribing. I see 2 more people subscribed right now. Could you have a look at MMT? What's MMT? Not a terminal, but momentum. Yeah, let's check it out. I think that's a stock or still a shitcoin. MMT, USD. Yeah, that's a shitcoin. Well, I see your plan, which you posted. Thank you very much for doing the context. Yeah, the low was swept. But you see, on shitcoins, you never hunt 61.8. Golden Pocket is rarely to be hunted on shitcoins because that's a too high retracement for them. While the shitcoins, they are doing deep retracements. They are kind of a 88.6 retracement style. So you will want to wait around here for that shitcoin to give back a retest. What? Agan? Well, I was hoping I will have not too many requests. Looks bad. I don't know. Ranging. These equal lows I don't like. I never like equal lows on shitcoins. Rejecting the highs. It does try to make higher highs, but I don't necessarily see the higher lows. I see a range game here. So there is nothing that would make me say that, oh, look at that one, it's looking good, let's take a trade. If I can do a rundown of the hype short, the thoughts of the process, of the process. Yeah. So hype short. If we go 15 minutes, then we will see we had a M top here. Yeah. And then we see that we had a deviation, and I was looking if you a good thing to do when you don't see the pattern, you have to invert the chart. And then you'll see better and say, ooh, oh my god, this looks really longable, this looks good. I'd actually try to take a long on this one. So the main point was that we'll have a deep retracement here in the 78.6, retest of the M top, and the previous pivot high here, and then bounce. That was the first setup. Then the second one was an SFP of this previous week high. Sorry, this was the previous week high, my mistake. So I took the retest of the deviation of the previous week high, and then I'm looking for another short, long in this case if you invert the chart, at the SFP. Both of them, they have very good risk to reward. Now, if these ones are failing, I'm just looking at the first scenario, which I pointed out on a daily basis, the third drive swing failure on a daily time frame of the highs. So that was it. Honestly, I don't want to sit too much because I want to make a tea. My throat is, I don't know how to say it in English. It's bothering me. I want to make a tea. I want to make a coffee, and then we can. I'll keep updated. But the point is that I don't want to look for any long positions. If you ask me, will you short again if it goes? Yeah, I'll short again. So if the price goes back in this area here at the highs, I'll try to short again. You know what's the point? You need to understand deep discount concepts and deep premium. Location is king. Most of the times, location is the best thing that you can look for, and lots of people will just try to long a bad location, and without understanding that you need multiple confluences for taking an idea. You don't just need a bias, and you see everyone hyped, oh my god, Sailor is buying, Sailor is selling, let's buy, and stuff like that. That's not how it works. You need to understand the context, location, divergences if there is any, and how is the public correlated with that specific position, because most of the times you want to avoid the same position that they have. So I don't think you saw me ever posting shorts exactly at the range lows or posting longs at the range highs. Now if I'm taking my stop loss, it is what it is. That's the risk of the game, and that's how it keeps you in the business. Nothing you can do. Yeah, I'm sorry that I have to keep this one a little bit shorter. I really want to make a tea and take some ginger. The plans are made. What I'll do now, I'll just follow them. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. I'll just follow the plans. That being said, well, thank you very much for understanding, and thank you for being here with me. Thank you for bearing my coughing and my voice. I'll just go make a tea. I'll post everything, as you know. I'm posting all the ideas that I'm taking, or if I'm modifying a plan or something like that. That being said, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. And today it's open for everyone on the New York trading session. So in 4 hours from now, when PJ gets live, everyone who has access to Discord can join the live stream. Thank you very much. See you there. Bye bye. If you DM'd me, try to DM me once again, because I have too many DMs. Yeah, I think I answered. I usually answer them, but please give me another DM. Most likely it got lost, but I'm answering to all the DMs. Thank you very much. hit me again with a DM for who wants to join Capo at you, answer my questions. I need to make sure you fit. I can't just take people unprepared or that they don't know what a candle is or they don't know what Fibonacci is. Yeah, thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.